jako pierwszy wystąpi Jakub Szabelski, który opowie o, tak jak tutaj widzimy, o American Empire, czyli o swojej krótkiej wizycie w Stanach Zjednoczonych. Kuba ma piękny tutaj doping swojej klasy, także na pewno się nie ma tremy aż takiej. A po Kubie będzie świat kolorowych symboli Nowej Zelandii. Wprowadzi Was Wasz dzisiejszy naukowiec, pan doktor Tomasz Skirecki z Wydziału Anglistyki, który przygotował dla Was zajęcia. Brawa oczywiście. Bardzo dziękuję. I kochani, także ja już nie przedłużam. Rozpoczynamy od Jakuba. Jakub oczywiście na dzień dobry też motywacyjne brawa od Was chciałbym. Dziękuję. Oddaję mu głos. Bardzo proszę.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. At the very beginning of my presentation, let me tell you a few words about myself. My name is Jakuba Szabelski. I'm 11 years old. I'm in class 5D in primary school in Stare Miasto. I'm interested in the world and science. My passion is history, geography, politics, and foreign languages. I love learning. That's why I decided to become a student Kolorowy University. In my opinion, this is an incredible adventure and experience. For today's lecture, I chose the topic, the American Empire, with a short visit to the USA. Why the USA? There are two reasons. Firstly, it's an English-speaking country. Today we are at the English Institute, UAM. Secondly, this is, in my opinion, this is a very fascinating country. So let's have a look at the American Empire. Before I start, I have 4 questions for you. Who is the president of the USA? Kto jest prezydentem USA? Yes. Second, what's the capital city of the USA?
Washington.
Yes. How many states are there in the USA? No.
50.
Yes. How old is the USA, more or less? Nothing?
Nobody.
Nie można z nim miejsca nagrywać.
240.
Prawie.
Trochę mniej. 250?
Economic, military, and political center. The United States of America is currently the greatest economic, political, and military power in the world. In just 200 decades of its history of the small 13 colonies, they have evolved into an economic and political center currently having a decisive influence on most global processes. words about history. On the 4th of July 1776, the Declaration of Independence was signed confirming the separation of Americans from the English people and their right to own government. Since then, the United States exists as an independent state. The country is currently 253 years old. On this day, Americans celebrate Independence Day. At this point, it should be mentioned that the Paul Tadeusz Kościuszko is one of the heroes of the United States in the struggle for independence of this country. In America, slavery continued for many years, which was finally abolished in 1865. Probably the first person in America who had a slave was a black man. George Washington. George Washington became the first president of the United States. The capital city was called Washington in honor of the first U.S. president. The current 45th President of the United States is Donald Trump. Of the official residence of the American President is the White House. The Parliament. Congress is the U.S. Parliament, which includes the Senate and the House of Representatives. Two main political parties dominate in the United States: the Republican Party, conservative right-wing, and the Democratic Party, center-left, American liberalism. The flag. The flag of the United States and of America is called Stars and Stripes. The flag consists of 13 bells and 55 pointed stars. 50 stars symbolize 50 American states, and 13 stripes, 13 original columns. More information. The US is the third country in the world in terms of population and the fourth country in terms of area. The United States is the 30 times larger than Poland. The country consists of 50 states. The largest state is Alaska, purchased from Russia in 1867. The lowest recorded temperature in the USA is -62 degrees centigrade, and the highest recorded temperature in this country was +56 degrees centigrade in California. The highest mountain in the USA is McKinley, which is located in the mountains of Alaska. Although most Americans speak English, the state doesn't have a specific official language. The United States currently has approximately 10 million Poles, which is almost a quarter of Poland's population. The city of Chicago is the largest concentration of the Polish people in America. The Army. The US is the largest army in the world, which according to many experts could fight with several other empires at the same time and win with them. The country is in the group of 9 possessors of nuclear weapons. It allocates nearly $700 billion a year on military. No other country gives so much money for this purpose. The US is treated as the most imperialist country in the world. Imperialism. A state policy aimed at extending its political, military, economic and cultural influences to areas that don't belong to it. The New York. The largest cities in the United States are New York, Los Angeles, Houston, San Francisco, Philadelphia and Washington. New York is the largest city in the United States, the center of global business, and the cultural capital of the world. The Statue of Liberty. The Statue of Liberty is the greatest symbol of freedom of New York and the United States. The monument is a gift from the French nation to the American nation in 1924, it was declared a national monument of the United States. The 11th of September 2001 is a very sad date in the history of the United States. The attack on the World Trade Center in New York is the largest act of terror in the history of the United States and the world. About 3,000 innocent people died then. The Internet. The United States invented the Internet. The history of the Internet dates back to the 1950s when electronic computers were created. The famous American Bill Gates is one of the richest and most influential people of the 20th century. He's the founder of Microsoft, the creator of Windows, and the legend of the computer industry. NASA. America is famous for NASA, the National Space Flight Center. For many years, they have been researching the space. They have their success in this field. American Neil Armstrong is the first man who on July 21st, 1969 landed on the moon. He said the famous phrase, "This is a small step for a man, but a big leap for humanity." Curiosities. The United States is the largest breeding ground for conspiracy theories in the world. 12 million hamburger eaters are convinced that their country is ruled by lizards from space, so-called reptilians. But it's not everything. 27% of Americans don't believe in landing on the moon, and 13% believe that President Barack Obama is the Antichrist. Curiosities to be continued. Americans are known for having an unhealthy lifestyle. 66% of them suffer from obesity, and the average US citizen drinks about 600 carbonated drinks a year. The country is famous for the largest number of fast food restaurants, for example McDonald's, KFC, or Pizza Hut. Film and television industry. The United States is a huge film and television industry with the capital in Hollywood, the center of American cinematography. It's the second film producer in the world. The first one is Bollywood, India. America is also famous for Walt Disney World, who created cult characters such as Mickey Mouse or Donald Duck. Disney World is also famous for the theme parks called Disneyland. Several music styles were born in America, for example country, jazz, rock, gospel, metal, or hip hop. Then they became popular all over the world. The law. American citizens have the right to own a gun, and that's why the USA is the country with a quite high percentage of suicides. America is also a country famous for its many absurdities. In Nevada, for example, there is a ban on kissing bearded men. Another absurdity is the fact that smoking cigarettes by juveniles is completely legal, but it's illegal to buy the cigarettes. In conclusion, the United States of America is a very interesting and fascinating country. On the one hand, this is a country full of curiosities, and on the other hand, full of absurdities. It's called a melting pot, where many cultures and nationalities mix with each other, making this country extremely attractive. Thank you very much for your attention. I hope that my lecture wasn't lost time for you, and that you could learn some interesting things about the American culture and the American Empire.
Brawo, brawo, brawo dla kolegi waszego się należą jak najbardziej. Jakub, chciałam Ci powiedzieć, że ja jestem koordynatorem tego projektu od 7 lat, ale to jest pierwszy raz w historii, kiedy student Kolorowego Uniwersytetu zaprezentował wykład w języku angielskim. Także tym bardziej wielkie brawa dla Jakuba. oddaję głos waszemu dzisiejszemu naukowcowi, czyli dr Tomasz Spirecki i kolorowe symbole Nowej Zelandii.